Well, hello and welcome to another episode of the FQ Show. With the upcoming F-League season just about to start, we thought it'd be great to touch base with a couple of players from the upcoming 2022 season. I've got Sam Wakeham and Emily Dunn here with me from Crusaders FC. How are we today?
Pleasure to be here.
Yeah, stoked. We're happy.
Yeah, so we've got the 2022 season kicking off this weekend. Starting off with a bit of we're changing up the competition actually. It's a bit of a two-part competition, so a home away fixture for the first sort of 7 games and then moving to a centralised location for the next sort of few. How are you looking forward to the upcoming season?
I'm definitely really excited. Been waiting for it to come back since it really ended, I suppose. We had such a good year last year and got the same squad coming through, so we're excited for a new format as well, but yeah, definitely buzzing.
Yeah, I think the change up will be good. Keep it fresh. Some new teams in it this year as well, so it'll be really competitive throughout the whole year. Yeah,
and we've got 2 teams in the men's, or 3 technically, and then 3 in the women's to make out 2 8-team competitions this year, which will be fantastic for the comp.
Yeah, it's great to see. Futsal's only growing in popularity, and the more people that get involved from a junior age and can see a pathway for them as they get older into their adult life and see that there is a quality level of competition around, it's going to be great for the game.
Yeah. So we'll just start touching base on sort of life inside futsal and the futsal background as well of you both. So you both played outdoor futsal as well, or outdoor football as well, or?
Yeah, I've played outdoor all my life alongside football 5-a-side, what we used to call it in England growing up. Been at the Bayhawks for a number of years. I didn't play this year. I decided to focus on the futsal more as I get into my older age as well.
Yeah, no, fantastic.
A lot of coaching too. So assistant head coach at Crusaders with the juniors all the way up. So I spent a lot of time with the guys there going through that.
No, that's awesome, and great to see a futsal focus rather than outdoor and then into futsal. But Emily, you're skillful at both, leading the team on the futsal court, but then performing in the FQPL 1 with Brisbane City. How's your season going?
We're looking pretty good at the moment. We are fighting for those final spots in the last 3 games I think we got left, so pretty big games for us, but the team's really forming at the moment. We seem to be coming back together with our new coach, so that's going well.
You enjoying getting coached by David Silver?
Yeah, definitely standards are set and we're following them, but yeah, I love it at the moment, so it'll be a good end to the season I think for us.
Yeah. Well, hopefully come home strong. So Sam, you've played futsal all your life, and where did that sort of start? Like in England, the outdoor version of the game is very popular, but you've come through more of the futsal 5-a-side sort of stuff. Yeah,
so actually my first ever competitive game was 5-a-side. It was like futsal, but on concrete with walls around us, and you weren't allowed to play over head height. And I think I was 6, and my brother was playing for the older age group, and they went, "Oh, do you want to have a crack in goals?" And I turned out to be all right, and it's just growing from there. And personally, I feel like futsal plays to my strengths as well. Shot stopping and the short reactions rather than the more running and the crosses and things like that. Which I've been called a vampire a few times. I don't like crosses that much, but no, for me, futsal really plays to my strengths, and I really enjoy it as well.
It really is a sort of fun, of a fast-paced game, and as you said, the reactions, saving, and that ability is just a core skill that you'd need. Hey?
Yeah, right from a young age, it's always been my strength. So happy to now make it one of the better teams in the comp, which was great to see last year. Yeah,
and Emily, you've been around, played for Redlands and Lions in the previous iterations of competitions here in Queensland. How have they gone, and how have they compared to the F-League coming through now?
They were still at the building stages, I think, for futsal, and particularly for the women. You can really start to see it start to grow in participation levels and teams in the women's futsal. So I think, we struggled to get a lot of depth within squads and things like that about 3 years ago. But you can definitely see lots of improvements, and it was still a good competition, of course, but you can just see it getting stronger and stronger and stronger now.
How'd you go with those Lions teams? any standout seasons at all? Or?
No, I think we struggled a little bit. As I said, struggled for numbers. And we had to play a lot of away games at Toowoomba and Sunny Coast. So it definitely wasn't easy with the crossover between football and futsal. But having more central locations now and more teams, more depth, it's definitely helping.
Yeah, definitely. Looking back to last season, both of you involved in some successful teams. Sam, your team made the grand final. Unfortunately, went down to the premiers and champions Gold Coast Force, but Emily, yours won both of those. So a good year for the Crusaders. Sam, your grand final was amazing. Do you want to just talk us through that day?
Yeah, look, mixed emotions about that day. Obviously, it would have been great to come away with the win at the end of it, and and that big trophy. But I feel like it was such a great. I've watched the game, at least 6 or 7 times since then as well. Whenever I'm feeling a bit anxious about the season, waiting to start, I'll check it on and watch it through. And you're right, it was such a great game. Just disappointing in the result for us. There's a lot of good things technically that happened in that game. For me, one of the best parts was the juniors that got to come and watch as well.
The crowd there was amazing.
Playing in that arena and on that court was a special occasion in itself. So, very privileged to be a part of that, I feel.
Yeah, it was very exciting. The atmosphere there was really amazing, and the coverage as well was quite good. I
mean, it's not often you get to play on an arena of that caliber with all your juniors there cheering you on as well, and having a game that's commentated as well as live streamed is pretty impressive.
Yeah. And Emily, you had a great season, as I said, premiers, and then did the job over River City. How did that season end up for you?
Look, we probably didn't expect to do as well as we did in our first year at Cruise, but phenomenal. All the girls just seemed to come together. Glenn is amazing with us. He's so patient dealing with us, but he knows what we need, and he's just one of the most perfect coaches for us. And when Sam stepped in and helped us out all through the year, I don't think we could have asked for a better year, to be honest, a better start. And then that final just ran away with it, I suppose.
Yeah. River City got one early, didn't they? So.
We didn't think we were going to run away with it like that, but yeah.
Yeah, sometimes just how it works out. But you also got to play with April Gleeson as well, who was the Futsal Player of the Year. What qualities did April bring to that side? Oh,
she just has so much mongrel in her. She'll go for everything. She just wants to win at all costs, and just her skills and smarts are just there. It's amazing to sign her back up again, and bringing Meg McElliott with her as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
fantastic.
A duo.
Yes.
I think April's work rate's outstanding as well, right? Yeah. So she runs the whole game, wherever she's, even with the stop clock, she's just constantly running.
Yeah.
Whether it's defending or attacking, she's always there. So she's a great player to have in the squad.
Right. Yeah, definitely been tenacious and having that endurance in futsal. It's surprising how, on such a smaller field, how much more you end up running.
Yeah.
You came up against the Gold Coast Force side that was stacked, as you'd say, with players like Reese Buick, who got the Player of the Year that season, and Dallas Stack, and those. How was it going up against those players and matching it with them really? For
me, the reputation of players is only as good as what you show on the court. Yeah. For me, I know Theron Chino very, very well. I was there for his first season at Runaway Bay, and sort of helped bring him into the team, and actually give him the nickname Chino, and that seems to have stuck from there. But so obviously we know they're a good side, right? And they've got quality players. But as soon as that whistle goes, we're equal. We're all equal. We all have the opportunity to do better than that player in front of us wearing that jersey on the other team. So regardless if you're the top goal scorer in the league, or an ex-futsalroo, it makes no difference to me. It's game on, and I've got my opportunity to show that I'm better than that.
Yeah, so. Awesome. Yeah, that's the kind of mentality you need to have when you're going against those players, and it's about the team working together, not just the individuals. So that's great. Now, Emily, there's Crusaders has a very big junior base and that sort of stuff, and you said the depth coming through has been really good.
Yeah.
Can you just describe a little bit about Crusaders and the junior?
It's definitely a family club. It's got a very, very strong culture throughout it. I think that comes from Glenn and Sam being in the senior squad, promoting it. JJ, obviously, our goalkeeper, who's a very, very good futsal player, taking the goalkeeper training and things like that. Having Mish run some of those junior girls teams and coach them, and have someone as a role model there, I think is so important. Just having that family vibe, I guess, that culture there just keeps bringing those kids back in, and you could see it in our final. There were so many kids there watching us play, and it's just really good to see.
That's awesome. And how has the growth been, not just with the junior boys, but the junior girls as well?
Yeah, I think we're fielding a team in almost every girls' age group now.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
We've seen a real uptake in female players from all ages.
Yeah.
Obviously, building up to next year is a huge year for football, for female football.
Absolutely, yeah.
With the World Cup, and we're running the free in 23 program, so that's coaching will be free for every female player next year.
Yep, fantastic.
On the back of what FQ are doing, and with the female football World Cup as well. So big year, and it's our 10th year too. So big year for Crusaders, big year for female football and futsal as well. So we're really looking to, on the back of that, promote the sport to females as much as we can.
That's awesome. You're heavily involved at the club in a coaching capacity. Can you just maybe go into a bit more detail about what you do there for Crusaders?
Yeah, so assistant head coach. Like I said, I've been with Glenn since it started. Since we had 2 or 3 teams, and then up to 300 players at one stage, and we're fielding, I think, it was like nearly 70 competitive teams last year in different competitions throughout. A lot of players across both. For me, what I like to see is when the players come from outdoor, and then we get to sort of mold them into futsal players, but then we watch them take those skills and the way that we like to play the Crusaders way, and they take that into their outdoors, and they're on another level again. And it's great for us that we can show value in not just what we do as coaches and what the game and the sport of futsal can do for any player, regardless if they play outdoor or indoor. But as I said, family club first and foremost. Our main goal is to promote and grow good humans. On and off the court, and that will always be our main focus, and the futsal will come as a bonus for that. So
that's awesome. Yeah, fantastic. And those futsal skills really can translate into good outdoor talent as well. You just got to look at players like Jez Lofthouse, currently in the A-League now, a big futsal player. Mariel Hecker, she came from a futsal background and then now killing it at Lions and in the A-League as well. So.
Well, I think even last weekend we had a comp down at Logan Lightning.
Yep. We
had a 7s, 9s and 11s team in there. The 7s and 9s won it. These are futsal teams playing an outdoor comp.
Yep.
So the 7s won it, the 9s won it, and the 11s, we had under 10s players playing in the 11s, they lost in the semi-finals. So for me, the way we played those games was like a futsal team. We really got to show the benefits of futsal compared to just playing outdoor.
What would you say is the biggest skill that you've got from futsal that you take into your outdoor game?
I think mine's just like the quick decisions, quick thinking, just the ability to move the ball quickly around a pitch. And just do that in a fast way. I mean, I'm not the most skillful player in the whole world, and I know that, but I think that's definitely been something that I've grasped over my time in futsal.
I think if you look at the stats, they speak for themselves. You touch the ball, like 600% more in a futsal match than you would in an outdoor match. You've got to be so much faster in your decision making, your awareness. You don't need to be skillful. You just need to move the ball quickly before you get caught on it. So to do that, it comes with a whole host of skills. Whether you're checking your shoulder and scanning earlier, or being more aware of where your teammates are, where the opposition is as well. So not just the the physical skills and being able to do step overs and all that sort of stuff, but the mental side of the game, you've got to be so switched on the whole time, and that can only help any sport.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking ahead to the 2022 F-League season now, as we said, we've got some more teams, more games, and more opportunities there to play. You're looking forward to this season, and how's the squad shaping up at Crusaders?
We've managed to keep our core group together, so I think most of our team has returned, which is amazing to start with. We had such a good core there with JJ and AP, even Annabelle from Gold Coast United. And then adding some players in. As I said, Meg McElliott's coming along. We've actually got Steph Latham coming in after the outdoor season finishes, so another very big signing for us. Plus some others that Glenn have recruited as well. Trying to get some trainings in on Fridays and just form together and get back onto the ball, I suppose.
The double very much on the back-to-back very much on the cards.
Well, that's what we're aiming for, surely.
I think the women's team are going to be very strong again, and very competitive. Very excited to see that group together, which is it's going to be awesome to watch. So,
absolutely,
all our juniors will be there. Really looking forward to watching those games for sure. The men's squad a little bit different. A lot of our core group have either moved away or coaching for other clubs, unfortunately, and that sometimes means that it's not they're not available to play for us while they're coaching for someone else, which is understandable. So we've had to do a fair bit of recruitment and bring in some new players. And we've looked at some established futsal players to try and grow a solid base. But we've also tried to grow, bring some other players in that will be with Crusaders and ready to grow with Crusaders. So quite a few youngsters in there this year as well.
Okay, yeah.
Talented youngsters. So we're not just bringing anyone in. We are looking at the quality of what we got. So I think we'll be okay. Very tough game in the first game.
Yeah.
So it'll be a good benchmark for us. But yeah, I think I'm really looking forward to it. I've missed it.
Fantastic. Looking at your first game, you're up against Elite Foot. Both clubs will be up against Elite Foot. You've heard that they've recruited quite well.
So I mean, they've got a couple of our players. Obviously, Ronaldo, who was one of our better players last year, is their head coach now.
Okay, right.
So he's playing with
bit
those
of a
guys.
rivalry round one.
Look, much admiration for Ronaldo. He's such a good player. He's such a nice, friendly guy as well. There would never be any animosity. But as soon as that whistle goes, it's on. It's wartime, right?
100%.
There's no friends on the court. Off the court, no problems whatsoever. On the court, it's a different story. So
yeah. By the way, yourself, April, do you know anyone in the elite foot setup there?
Emily.
Oh, sorry, Emily.
That's okay. I'll take it. I know Dunn was there last year. Dom Soprano from South.
Yeah.
I assume she'll be heading back there. I'm not too sure about the shifts within the women's squad. I think I only know a lot about Arana's team, I think, this year.
Okay, Another new entrant this year, which would be good.
I think they'll be very strong this year. But I think, not really sure what we're going to get this weekend, but they're always pretty strong when we've played them previously. So I think we've got to definitely be ready to go and not underestimating what they can bring to the table too. So, surprise element, I guess.
So looking at the new teams for 2022, we've got Arana United, Brisbane Elite Foot, Sunshine Coast Wave and Salatime. Looking forward to a bit of an away day up to the sunny coast in the home and away league.
Luckily, our fixture against Sunny Coast
really?
is the third. So that will be at Nissan Arena. So we don't have to make that journey. We do have to make the Ipswich journey, but not the Sunny Coast one.
Yeah, fair enough.
So that's not too bad.
So looking at the teams from last year, obviously Ipswich Futsal, Galaxy FC and River City being the other ones joining you guys. You had a couple of interesting battles with them, especially you and the men's there against Ipswich.
And again, they've all recruited well in the off-season too, so I know of a few players that have gone to each of the clubs. It's going to be a very competitive season all around. Obviously, Arana and Salatine new to the league. Sunny Coast we know from SEQ, and they're always strong anyway.
Yeah,
so
had some good talents come through. I mentioned James before, and Corey Sewell, who's been around the Queensland and Victorian leagues. So
and that's the point of this competition, right? We want the best. We want the best players in the best comp to play against the other best players, right? So
absolutely.
Really looking forward to seeing Sunny Coast in there. Arana and Salatine for me personally are a bit unknown in the men's league. As you said, in the women's, so I'm sure they're going to have quality, but it'd be interesting to see. Yeah,
are there any people you're looking to come up against, Emily, or?
I think I'm definitely excited for Arana because there's a lot of the Brisbane City girls in there.
Okay.
So it's a personal battle there.
Interesting.
We've had a few tough games against Sunny Coast in our time. So they're always a good squad with Samara and Tay.
It's true.
Coming down, and they've been strong in women's futsal for
a long time.
Many years. So I think they'll definitely be a team to watch. Ippy are always strong, Ipswich. So not sure. I guess it depends on the movement within the squads as well, but I would say most would keep their core group. So definitely some competition this year, I think.
And you came up against River City in the final. Do you reckon they'll be sort of strong and pushing it again this year?
Yeah, well, that was one of their main first years in women's comp too. If they can keep that group together, I think they'll keep building and be stronger and stronger. I believe Sophia Cuba may have gone across there as well.
Interesting.
So that'll strengthen their squad up as well. But hard to tell at this point. But I think if they've kept their group, they'll definitely be stronger again this year. So
So how the format for this season's going? We've got 7 home and away sort of fixture leagues, and then we sort of head to Nissan for a few weeks with a little break in November. Hopefully we can make that to Nissan, pending court availability and stuff. But looking forward to that home and away leg, and then also the centralised leg. How do you feel that will work and change up the competition a little?
I think it's. I think it'll be good. It was tough last year with the crossover of both the F League and the SEQ, and trying to field teams for both and commitments from players to both leagues and other teams. And So having that one sort of top tier league is great. I think that's a great idea. Having it centralised at Nissan Arena makes sense as well. So no complaints from me. I love the home and away leg, and I love that it's close for our juniors when we're at home, and they've got a much better opportunity to come and watch us. And I don't know if you've been down to Foxwell when we're playing. We've got all the juniors there, but they like to make a lot of noise, as you would see from the final.
I've heard,
Which is, it's fantastic, even for the players, right? For us, listening to that with the kids behind us is
running out onto the court with a bit of atmosphere, just a bit of extra drive to play well.
Yeah. So I love seeing that. But that being said, most of our juniors will be at Nissan Arena anyway for the SEQ League, so I won't be surprised if a few of them hang around to watch.
Yeah. Well, for all updates on the upcoming F League, make sure you head to the Football Queensland social media channels. We'll be sure to cover all the results and ladder movements, got all that sort of stuff as well. And we'll be putting out some more information on that as it comes up. So I wish you all the best for the rest of the season. Hope you go well. Thanks for coming on the show.
Up the cruise.